Hey there, sister friend. Today's episode is going to get you thinking differently because this summer, your identity is going to stop being defined by what you don't eat as you navigate freedom. What I'm talking about today is carbohydrates. All the things carbs. You can also apply this episode to fear foods, but avoiding and limiting any food, specifically carbohydrates, it doesn't make you a better human. Let's dive into this one, friend. Let's go. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in a destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self. Hey, beautiful sister. Welcome back to the podcast. And if you're listening to this episode, then I'm willing to bet that you are the woman that everyone looks at and thinks, gosh, she has got it all together. You're successful, you're the fit one, you're the disciplined one. Do I see you, girl. But what others aren't seeing is the exhausting mental battlefield. Every single time someone suggests going out for dinner, every time you're at a summer barbecue staring at the corn on the cob or the pasta salad like it's going to personally attack you. Today we're talking about the summer that your identity finally stops being defined by what you don't eat. I want to paint you a picture and tell me if this sounds familiar. It is a gorgeous summer day and you are at a friend's pool party or you're at a cookout. Just picture yourself there. The kind of gathering that usually that you love, but because you're stuck in this illness, you probably decline the invite before even going. Or if you do go, you decide in advance that the spread of food is just not for you. It makes your stomach clench with anxiety, even thinking about being around fresh breads, pasta salads, those amazing looking sliders on the buns that you are so not allowed to touch. And everyone else around you is eating freely and they're laughing and enjoying themselves. But you're over there calculating, you're strategizing, and you're having an entire internal war between the part of you that wants to enjoy the moment and the part of you that whispers, remember who you are, get yourself together, you're the disciplined one, you don't eat those foods. And so what do? Well, you grab a plate to look somewhat social, you add some vegetables, and you joke about having a larger breakfast or going out afterwards, while inside a part of your soul feels like it's withering. Because sis, this isn't freedom. You didn't even eat breakfast, and you're not going somewhere later. And this isn't the abundant life, the abundant summer that you actually want. Here's what I know about you. If you are a true listener of this show, if you're new, welcome. I absolutely adore all of my listeners, and I truly believe that you were brought here for a purpose. But you've built an identity. You've worn restriction like a badge of honor, and somewhere along the way, that identity became a prison that you did not even realize you were living in. And this might sting just a little bit. Your fear of carbs isn't really about carbs at all. It's about who you think you're going to become if you eat them freely. You've told yourself stories like, I don't need carbs and carbs are bad and carbs aren't for people like me. And I only allow myself a limited amount of carbs because I'm so disciplined. Or if I eat carbs, I'll blow up. I'll lose everything I've worked for. I'll gain a bunch of weight. But here's the scientific truth. The diet culture just doesn't want you to know. Your brain uses about 120 grams of glucose every single day that your brain literally cannot function without. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published research showing that glucose, which is what your brain needs to function, is the primary and preferred fuel source for your brain. And that comes, friend, from carbohydrates. And it is particularly used in the part of the brain that is responsible for making decisions, that is responsible for focus and emotional regulation. You know what else? A study in the Journal of Nutrition found that low-carb diets can actually impair your cognitive performance and your mood. So that afternoon brain fog, that difficulty concentrating, that irritability when someone suggests going out somewhere, that's not weakness. That's actually biology, because your brain needs carbohydrates. It needs it to produce serotonin, which creates happiness. What I'm telling you, girl, is that your fear of carbs or not allowing yourself to have them might literally be one reason why you are less happy in your life. It literally blocks the happiness from your life when you refuse to allow yourself carbohydrates. The woman that you think that you're going to become if you eat carbs regularly, that out of control person, that bigger person, that less disciplined person, that's not your reality and that's not your truth. That's just noise. It's noise. It's noise that diet culture is speaking into you. It's noise that the eating disorder voice has convinced you. And over years, you've believed this noise. And that has led to my worth is tied to restriction. But the only thing bad about carbs, girl, are the people that tell you not to have them. Because now you believe that carbs are bad. Carbs don't make you gain weight. Fear of carbs actually makes you lose life. It makes you lose happiness. And your body doesn't speak diet culture. It speaks biology. Biology is very clear. You need carbs, just like you need proteins and just like you need fats, and we're not even going to go there yet. But true discipline, it isn't about avoiding carbohydrates. It's having them in a culture that is programming you to believe you are not allowed to have them. Let me tell you about one of my clients. She is a boss babe. She is a doctor by trade. She's a mom of two. She's a prior runner. And everyone's definition of having it all together, okay? And she came into my world because she couldn't eat a bagel without spiraling into 3 days of overexercise. And when she came to me, she said, Lindsay, I literally see a gazillion patients a day, and I make these massive decisions for the hospital that I practice in. But if you put a piece of bread in front of me, I become a scared little girl. It's like I'm unable to process that I need to have carbs in my life because I have been led to believe, even by being a doctor, that I shouldn't have them with no real substance and actually knowing the benefits of having them. And her breakthrough happened when she realized that her identity as the fit one, the disciplined one, was actually keeping her from being present with her patients, being present with her children, being present in her marriage. And she was so focused on avoiding carbs at dinners or avoiding carbs when she was around her family and events that she was missing conversations because she would decline the invitation or she would be so far removed in the actual experience. But guess what? Now she texts me photos of herself. She has sent me photos of herself eating out with her kids, pasta and pizza and French fries on date nights with her husband. She's not scared of bagels. And this isn't because she's out of control or because she let herself go, but it's because she's finally in control. She's in the driver's seat of her own life instead of being controlled by food rules and a fear of carbs. And her energy is better. Her work performance is better. Her relationships are better. And yes, her body found its natural weight, and that's just by actually living. So this is your summer shift and your summer invitation, because this exact thing can be for you as well. It requires you, though, to be willing to challenge the identity that you have built yourself around restriction. So here's what I want you to consider. What if your disciplined and fit and have it all together life and identity could include eating carbs? What if you are like, well, Lindsay, I don't avoid them entirely, just certain types? Okay, what if true discipline looked like nourishing your body instead of restricting it, period? And what if it meant that you could have energy for life instead of energy to calculate or energy to hold yourself to these crazy high standards and rules? The research is so clear. It actually couldn't be more clear. You can't bargain yourself out of this one. Chronic restriction leads to increased cortisol levels, disrupted hunger cues, and what scientists call cognitive restraint. And this essentially is where your brain becomes hypervigilant around food. But this summer, you can start by recognizing that voice that is telling you that you don't need carbs or you're not allowed to have them, it isn't your wisdom, it's your fear. So I want to give you 3 immediate action steps that you can take this week, because your worth isn't measured by what you do not eat. You do not get a stamp of approval. You do not get a good girl sticker. You do not get an extra plus plus by limiting carbohydrates from your life. You just don't. And being good with food, it doesn't mean being bad to your body. So why are we being bad to our body and pretending that we have arrived and having this superiority complex around it? I literally remember avoiding with a plague anything carbohydrates. And I felt as though I was superior to everyone around me that decided to eat from the bread basket, because I didn't. But that doesn't make you superior. So here are 3 immediate action steps that you can take this week. Number 1, I want you to do the summer food dare, okay? Choose 1 carb that you've been avoiding and eat it this week. Maybe it's corn on the cob at that barbecue. Maybe it's a slice of watermelon without calculating the sugar content. Maybe it's saying yes when someone suggests ice cream after dinner. Eat it slowly, notice how your body feels, and remind yourself that I'm safe, I am nourished, I am worthy. I am enjoying carbs. I'm allowed to. Just because everyone else is telling me it's so wrong for me, I get to determine that. And guess what? You're not wrong for loving carbs. Number 2, do a journaling practice around this, okay? If you're not a big journaler, okay. But I want you to think about this mantra throughout the week. I am a woman who nourishes herself. Instead of what you won't eat, list what you will eat to fuel your incredible life. So start small. What are some carbohydrates that I can include into my life and my diet now? Okay, maybe I'm not ready to tackle the chicken Alfredo. Maybe I'm not ready to tackle the pizza. But can I shift from this restriction identity to nourishment identity instead? Can I say, all right, I'm going to get there. I'm on my way there. But what can I start with? In the case of my client, I believe we started with like sweet potatoes or something, but we put on a scale of 1 to 10 the carbohydrates that scared the pants off of her. Okay, we listed that in like a 10 slot, and we started with the ones that weren't so overwhelming. When she realized that she could do the hard thing, it was like a game changer. And so I want to encourage you to try this on. Also, get curious. This is option number 3. It is an experiment. For 1 week, I want you to approach carbohydrates with curiosity instead of with fear. So when that voice says to you, you don't need that, you're not allowed that, I want you to respond with, I'm curious how it tastes, or I wonder how this is going to make me feel. When that voice says carbs are bad, you can't have them, I want you to respond with, carbs are fuel for my amazing brain and my strong body. You see, girl, the goal isn't perfection, it's permission. It's permission to be successful. It's permission to be disciplined. It's permission to be an amazing woman who also eats carbs freely. Your future self, she's not going to remember the carbs that you didn't allow yourself to eat. I don't go back and go, oh, I remember that one time where I wouldn't even touch the bread basket at an event in 2006. Like, I don't remember that, although I guess sometimes things like that pop up in my head. I kind of look back and go, wow, I remember when I wouldn't allow myself these things. But what I actually remember and what your best self is going to remember are all the moments that were taken from you while avoiding carbs. She's going to remember those things. So when I look back and go, yeah, sometimes I remember like not having something, but I very much remember not even going to events or partaking in social gatherings or having pizza with friends. Like, I don't even remember those things because I decided no. I didn't give myself permission. And I know if you're there right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're recognizing yourself in these patterns and you are so ready to just stop them, I want you to know that you can. You can. I work with incredible women that are just like you, that are doing the hard thing. I want you to ask yourself, who told you that being the disciplined one or the fit one or the strong one meant denying your body of its preferred energy source? Think about it like that. Like, I am literally denying my body and my brain of its energy every time I avoid a carbohydrate. Friend, I want to invite you as a next step into 2 different ways that we can partner together. One is my 3-week, 21-day Best Self Breakthrough, where we can get you a jump start in your recovery. We can look at what is holding you back and what you're avoiding, and we can change the game together. The other is my signature offer. It is hands down proven to get you up leveling your recovery. And this is my Freedom Formula experience. Both of these aren't quick fixes or meal plans, okay? But they are identity work that is going to help you become the woman who eats freely and who lives fully. That is going to help you with menus by design, or that is going to help you fight those fear foods or challenge those negative thoughts that are living in your mind. Because if you're ready to stop letting food rules ruin your summer again and actually live life, I want you to go out to the website, herbestself.co. You can fill out a client application right there, and we can partner together to help you get your summer back before another one passes you by. Says your future self, envision her. She is allowed pasta. She is allowed sunset dinners. She has ice cream with her kids. She walks on the beach with her husband, not just because it gets her steps, but because she wants to look for seashells. She's waiting for you to stop living like this and to start showing up for her. And I believe in you, and I can't wait to hear about your summer, and I can't wait to connect with you. You got this, girl. See you real soon. Bye for now. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.